Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing Christmas Under Construction, also known under its previous title of Renovation Romance. This movie originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, July 4th. It was previously available to stream on Hulu. If you're thinking, I'm having a little bit of deja vu while watching this movie. If you're a big fan of Hallmark movies, we invite you to follow us, Girls Gone Hallmark, over on Instagram, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark. We are sharing the latest news over there, as well as our Girls Gone Hallmark recording schedule, what you can expect from us. Most notably this month, of course, we're reviewing the new Christmas in July drops, but we are also doing a Hallmark Hall of Fame review series weekly in the month of July. So you can check out the movies over there so you can watch them along with us ahead of our reviews.
For sure. Hey, we'd love to invite you to our Facebook group, Girls Gone Hallmark. It's a private group. We also have a forward-facing Girls Gone Hallmark Facebook page.
Yeah, it was popping off this weekend.
Popped the freak off.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know how that happens. Did we go viral?
We post a first impressions post for all the new movies to both Facebook and Instagram, and they get a little bit of traction in both places. But for some reason, of all movies, Christmas Under Construction blew up.
Hopefully we got a little more exposure our way, because we need it sometimes.
Absolutely.
And thanks to everybody who participated over there and shared your first impression of this movie on our Facebook page. It was kind of crickets on Instagram, which is interesting. Are you ready for a synopsis?
I am.
Well, doing a Christmas renovation for a cozy New Hampshire cabin, Chelsea, the star of a hit reality show Renovation Romance, finds an unexpected connection with the cabin's owner, Cooper.
Robin Dunn directed Christmas Under Construction. He has directed several Hallmark and Hallmark adjacent Christmas movies, including last year's The Christmas Cup.
This screenplay was written by Robin Dunn, Julia Benson, and Peter Benson. What are you doing here? Hallmark fans will recognize Peter Benson as both a familiar face on screen and an accomplished director. Julia Benson is his wife.
I assumed as much, but did not know for sure.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
I've never seen her name as a writer. She only has like a handful of writing credits, as does Peter Benson, only a handful of writing credits as well. So I just thought, what an interesting project.
Jessica Lowndes stars as Chelsea. Hallmark fans most recently saw her in Happy Holidays, where she starred opposite Finding Mr. Christmas Season 1 winner Ezra Moreland in his first leading Hallmark role.
You know, I haven't seen Ezra on the socials lately.
That's a good point.
He's so positive. You guys, if you want some positivity in your social media feed, follow Ezra Moreland.
He's a real nice guy.
Very nice. Daniel Lissing stars as Cooper. Hallmark fans last saw him in Single on the 25th, where coincidentally, his character was also named Cooper.
Interesting.
According to IMDb, his next project is Ozzy at Heart, co-starring Rhiannon Fish. Though at the time I wrote these notes, I hadn't seen it be announced for Hallmark.
It is Hallmark, and Hallmark promoted it as they were filming.
As they were filming?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not an acquisition. Like, Hallmark was promoting, like, on location. It is an August release for Hallmark.
Okay. Are we going to get Daniel with the Aussie accent?
You know, Daniel, as you alluded to, is Australian, and his accent is quite enjoyable. And as we were watching this, interestingly enough, my husband recently watched Single on the 25th this past weekend. And I came in because I've always got a fun fact. I said, did you know, fun fact, he is Australian. I don't understand why they never let him be Australian.
Yeah, I hope in Aussie at Heart he is. Watch it be Rhiannon Fish, who is like the Australian.
She's Australian.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
That's right. It's all coming back to me. I would love it if they both... Okay, now I feel excited for this movie. Yeah. Where in 20 seconds ago, I was not.
Shannon from Australia did send us a clip of Rhiannon Fish with her Australian accent in a show. months ago when this was announced.
I've kind of had my head buried in the sand the last 6 months. So this is all new news to me. All new news to me.
We have several familiar Hallmark faces in this movie. Adam Hertig, who you might know from A Sweet Holiday Romance, Paul Essiembre from A Haunted Wedding, and Michael Strickland from Holiday Hotline, another movie I think might deserve a rewatch.
Oh, yes. Yes. Great movie.
Hey, what was your first impression of Christmas Under Construction?
If Hallmark wanted a Christmas movie with Daniel Lissing and renovation vibes, they already had one. It's called Santa Tell Me.
Yeah.
And it's much better.
My first impression is color me shocked that Jake and Janice didn't become the social climbing power couple in New York City.
I kind of waited for them to turn to each other and give eyes. Of course. Hey, now since they're together, we're together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk what we liked about this movie.
Well, while I didn't really like this movie a whole lot, I did have some likes.
As did I.
The first one is Daniel Lissing continues to make me root for him. He is one of those actors who, I wasn't familiar with because we don't watch When Calls the Heart. Obviously, he was on it for many, many seasons.
Yeah.
I think the first movie that I ever saw him in was Santa Tell Me. And I was like, who's this?
Where have you been?
Where have you been all my life? I really enjoy him. Cooper, the character of Cooper, is pretty straightforward, like a good guy. And there are moments that Daniel Lissing gives this character sincerity. I wish this movie trusted him with something a little meatier.
So I have some thoughts.
Okay.
First of all, this movie was a throwaway movie for Hallmark. It aired on July 4th when no one is home to watch it. It had already been available on Hulu for a year and a half at this point. And it was just on Hulu. It wasn't like a Hulu re-airing of a Lifetime or a Gaff movie it was just a Hulu Christmas movie. Okay. I have to imagine that they acquired this movie for a song. They were like, who's trying to get this movie picked up? Where can we throw some dollars and fill out our Countdown to Christmas schedule?
Gotcha.
I'm speculating here, but I think it works. Did it do what it needed to do and give us a hint of holiday without giving any away of the real Countdown to Christmas goodness? Yeah, maybe. Some people on our Facebook comments loved this movie. Coincidentally, this weekend, my husband also watched December Bride, also starring our two leads, of which our Facebook commenters commented December Bride is so much better for these two. He watched this movie with me, and 5 minutes in, he was like, December Bride is better, bringing it on home. Daniel Lissing and Jessica Lowndes do make a movie with an unwatchable plot. Watchable, in my opinion. Throughout most of the movie, my brain was trying to make sense of what the heck we're doing here. But I think it's watchable because they're charming. Nobody loves Peter Benson more than I do. Nobody hates having to say this, but I cannot blow smoke up my own behind and tell myself that I thought this was a great story.
Remember when we had our listener survey and somebody said, this podcast would be great with a little more courage?
Well, here you go.
There it is. There it is.
Look, Peter Benson is going to be behind some of our favorites this year. I am certain we are going to be singing his praises. What else did you like?
I agree with most everything you've said. I do think traditional Hallmark fans will eat this movie up. And it showed on those comments. There were a lot of comments. It was heavy. December Bride is a better movie.
Yes.
But there were many comments that were like, this is a great movie. This is a great movie. And I think it's because it falls in the category for me, what I call classic comfort food.
Yes.
This is a very traditional Hallmark story.
Heavy on the Christmas decor.
I think it scratches that Christmas itch for the people who are just dying for Christmas movies already.
Yeah, and Daniel Lissing and Jessica Lowndes look deep in each other's eyes and fall in love.
Yeah. For me, it's a little safe. It's not my kind of movie. It falls in the hater box for me.
Just you wait. Most of my wishes are written in all caps.
Oh, well, I got a big long list, but I'm still on my likes.
Me too.
My next one is Justice for Bethany here. The character Bethany, we didn't talk about her. She's actually played by the wife of writer and director Robin Dunn.
Oh, the producer.
Who was the producer of the renovation romance show. I thought, first of all, she might have been my favorite character in the entire movie because she's warm and supportive and she gives Chelsea thoughtful advice without trying to like railroad Chelsea's life. And then the fact that Tom, the sleazy TMZ-esque reporter.
It's my favorite plot point, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that he's like the big bad guy selling stories about the hosts.
Okay, but he kind of uses Bethany for all this information.
Yeah.
And then
I like it.
Okay. I mean, that could have been a movie in its own, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think so? Like, let's workshop that movie.
Yes.
But what I wanted here was Justice for Bethany. I just wanted one glorious scene where she just publicly shames this dude.
Yeah, that's a lack.
Guy.
That's a miss there, right? Because we hear her say like, oh, security escorted him out. And I wanted her to boot him on his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Like, the dude's a creep.
He's the worst. Yes.
Okay. Also, my final like is the message of this movie sort of works for me here. Now, hear me out. At the heart of the movie, my takeaway is it's about recognizing or forcing a future that does not fit for you.
Yes.
I can get behind that.
Yes.
But it also wants us to believe that it's about choosing the right person. And the movie makes Jake and Janice just unlikable enough that we don't feel bad about cheering for Chelsea and Cooper to get together.
Yes.
I can see the excitement, the excitement in you because I know your biggest wish is going to be like, these people were cheating.
Yes.
Okay.
But you are right. Of course, they have to make them, well, she shouldn't be with him anyway.
Yes, exactly. But at the end, when we get Chelsea's big like speech, like when she turns down Jake's proposal, the message starts to feel a little preachy here.
Yeah.
I'm like, get off your soapbox, babe.
Yeah.
That's all. But I was already on board. I like the movies when we're presented with something and we realize, oh, this doesn't fit for us. But like all the other stuff like that goes along with it, like I don't like.
I mean, look, I like shouting about some of these movies. I did think there was some fun lines in this movie. I like Chelsea telling Jake, you should really sell timeshares when he tries to sell her on doing the special. And when Chelsea's boss arrives and he goes, I fly private. I'm not subject to the same rules. And my first thought was like, that's how you end up dead, bro.
I fly private. I'm not, me, I'm like, I'm bougie bitch. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've never flown
the whole
private,
thing
so I don't
was
know what
that,
I'm talking about. But.
The whole thing was that Jake couldn't fly out because the weather was bad. And the guy's
yeah.
He's like, I could get here. I'm like, well, if the weather's bad, you shouldn't be flying, especially in a smaller plane. But,
that's real, like,
have we not learned our La Bamba?
La Bamba. Wow, that's a real throwback.
I mean, JFK Jr.
I was thinking like more of like The Devil Wears Prada, where like Andy's trying to get Miranda a flight when the weather's really bad and she calls like the National Guard and all that crap. But, supposed to illustrate when you have money to burn, you can do whatever you want.
Yes,
basically.
of course. I thought it was a funny line. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back to talk about our wishes. I feel like I need like the Rocky music behind me because I'm gearing up for a fight.
Well, I have a fight with whom? Me? Not me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wishes.
No, just the concept of this movie in general.
Okay.
Go ahead. Hit me with your first wish.
I believe it's going to be the same as yours. Chelsea and Cooper, though never across a physical line, but emotionally, these two are very much in other relationships. They're spending way too much time together. They're giving looks way too long at each other. Let's just end relationships before jumping into new ones.
As you thought, this was also one of my number one wishes. And I believe that there is no redemption for this cheating, unless you're counting Jake being the absolute worst, because at the end, there's a long period of time where they're clearly not right for each other, but I don't think Jake is a bad guy. When he proposes to her on camera, that's the moment I'm like, oh, now you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
And so now maybe that's the one tiny bit of us that's like, okay, it's okay that she's bad too. Otherwise, like you said, they're having a straight up emotional affair. She falls into the real relationship hours after ending the previous one. I don't understand why Hallmark audiences love this trope. Can't handle a same-sex couple, but please give me more movies with cheating partners. Wow. Hey, people ask me to be brave. I'm speaking my truth.
You're right, though. You're absolutely right. You know what? Okay, this is why. This is why I think people like this trope, because it feels like salacious to them. It feels naughty, dangerous. Yes.
Okay, I do still love the movie You've Got Mail. But my husband didn't see that movie when it first came out. And so maybe 5-7 years ago, I watch it with him and I'm watching it and he goes, these people are straight up cheating. And I had honestly never watched it through that lens. Of course they are. They're both having emotional affairs. And so I'm guilty of this too, because you watch it and you're like, well, obviously Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan are supposed to be together. These other partners suck. But they are cheating. And in this movie, they are cheating.
Yeah.
And your relationship, you be brave.
I mean, the writing was on the wall for Chelsea and Jake.
Yes, they did not want the same things.
Not even.
And they were being forced to stay together because of this idea of being America's sweethearts sells the television show. Hello, Christina and Tarek would beg to
Are you
differ.
in my computer? Are you in my head? I mean, that was in my notes. I don't even know if it made the final version of it. But when the boss is like, oh, this breaking news that our hosts, could ruin our show. I'm like, hello, have you not seen Flip or Flop?
Yeah, and now what's their new show called that's getting a second season? They're filming the second season right now.
With their
new partners.
Yes.
Yes. I, in fact, think it makes the show more interesting because now people are going to tune in and they want to see, because Flip or Flop continued for at least a full season.
If not 2.
While they were separated and divorcing, people want to see what's it's like with you two working together.
Dynamic like?
Yes, it's way more interesting than a happy couple.
I agree. Yeah, I thought that was so silly. But Jake and Chelsea were not it, obviously. Like, I had a really hard time understanding, like, what was Jake's, like, side hustles that he was, like,
I don't know.
Were they just trying to get, like, influencer?
Why was he in New York? I don't know.
I don't even know. And she just kept, like...
I thought they were sending him to New York as a way for, like, him and Janice to start this side relationship. And then we were going to be like, okay, he and Janice are these social climbers that, like, want bigger and better. And so they're going to end up together. So we're going to be okay with Jake and Chelsea, or Cooper and Chelsea ending up together.
But it didn't go that way, though.
It did. I'm shocked, honestly.
I don't think I'm a fan of Jessica Lowndes.
Oh, no.
You wanted me to be brave. I don't like criticizing the actors. Look, I get this is their work. I'm having a hard time remembering a movie that I've seen her in that I really enjoyed. But in terms of playing this character of Chelsea, it was kind of, she stayed in one gear for me. And that's the choice of the actor, is it not? And or the director.
Yeah.
And I thought there were moments throughout this movie that called for Chelsea to have some doubt or some excitement or heartbreak or joy. And she just felt very much in the same lane.
I agree with that. It's like she was playing her on-camera persona throughout her real life.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Can we talk about the renovation itself?
What renovation?
Okay. First of all, the house is fully decorated for Christmas prior to her renovation. Second of all, the house is lovely. It doesn't need to be renovated. Third of all, there's no reveal.
Oh my gosh. Okay. When I'm writing this, all I could think about was, like, watching Fixer Upper or any renovation show and have like Chip and Jo be like, trust me guys, it's great. Like we don't ever see it. There's no payoff in this movie.
They turn on the lights and they show you the dining table that they've built, but you in theory tore a wall down. Where
what happened?
Show me the reveal. Show me the before and after. What does that wall lead to? What does that room look? It's so egregious that they don't even attempt to do a makeover.
I know. This is what's so stupid. And this is why I kept thinking of Santa Tell Me. They did do a renovation in Santa Tell Me.
Yes.
And then I keep thinking about that Nina Weinman movie. I think Tyler Hines is in it where they do a renovation.
Oh, that's so good.
And she told us, because we had talked to Nina, she told us how they had built like 2 sets with like one was renovated, one was not, or something like that.
Yes.
This movie, they're like, you know what? We're not even going to put that effort out there.
We're not even going to try. Nobody cares about the renovation. I do.
Yeah. I want to see it.
You might have made this movie better.
It didn't make any sense to me. There was no crew there, like no renovation crew. It was our host, who is also a therapist.
Yeah, literally my notes. She's a designer and a therapist. What?
I kind of get the idea. I could see how they were pitching this, right?
I get the idea of her being a therapist, but making her do double duty as the designer as well.
I couldn't help but think, remember when you did a lot of work to your house and you and your husband were like at each other's throats by the end of it because he was over it and like, because...
Yeah, there's people in your house all the time and the progress feels slow. My mom always says men don't like to have their nest messed with.
Sure.
And like, whatever. Yes, I would like to never renovate a house ever again.
So I could see how like a therapist could come in and like help navigate that or help navigate the choices, because things get stalled out or people get paralyzed because they can't make choices. So a therapist could come in and like help talk a person through that or whatever. Like I get the idea of the show.
Yeah.
It does not work here though.
It doesn't work here. And I feel like a therapist would show up to this particular couple where Janice is like, first of all, this is Cooper's house. And he's like, I want to keep the heart of the home. I want to keep the vibe as is.
My grandfather built it.
Yes. Reasonable. Mm-hmm. She's like, I want to modernize it and I want to sell it and I want to go to the city. And he's like, yeah, I don't want that. It feels like someone showing up and being like, yeah, we're fighting a lot, but we're just going to get married and that'll make everything better. The therapist should have been like, yo, this is not a match. Like there is no compromise here. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Someone is going to lose.
Compromise.
Oh my gosh.
If you know, you know.
The whole time I'm watching this, I'm going, what are we doing? I don't understand. It's kind of my did you see that? But while we're there, the timeline, you've got 10 days to renovate the house, make a show, and get ready for a live episode reveal. Are we dropping episodes along the way?
Well, that's your biggest beef. You don't want any sort of anything happening on Christmas Eve, right? Like
nobody's watching that reveal. No, it's so stupid. But also the timeline doesn't make sense. He's like, we got 10 days and they show up and they're somehow not only renovating it, but filming, editing, putting out episodes so that everyone's also ready for the live reveal on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we just complained about how Bravo doesn't turn around Summer House fast enough.
It takes them 9 months.
Yeah.
Apparently they need to go to the Hallmark plot school of editing.
Yeah, this is ridiculous to me. Ridiculous. You hit a lot of my wishes, so there's no need to go over them again. But also my final wish, and we kind of talked about it, but Tom got off way too easy. Like Tom, the TMZ guy. That's what I call him. Tom, the TMZ guy. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And first of all, I'm like, why is this tabloid news?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
No, this is a 1-season wonder of a show. It is not the viral sensation of Flip and Flop.
Right. What other wishes do you have?
Let's talk Did You See That? One true Did You See That? And then just some snide comments.
Me too.
When they're on their way to the reno, Chelsea and Jake are looking at a photo of what they're going to be renovating. And it's the photo of the outside of the cabin. Mm-hmm. They arrive. It's a fully different location.
Oh, really?
I was like, what are we doing?
They couldn't take a digital picture of the actual location.
Did they film them at different times? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff's annoying. I don't have a true did you see that? I also just have mostly complaints. I felt Jake and Chelsea are supposed to be America's favorite renovation couple based on what these two, there's no chemistry between
None.
Zero.
No.
Zero. I just did not see the chemistry between like these two. And I was like, Chelsea, babe, it's written all over.
You guys are not a match. Move on.
At all. My only other did you see that was like, to me, it felt like the cabin got like a Christmas decor makeover. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it was like the worst Christmas decor.
Oh,
that was
yes.
up.
Please. Okay. When they do that decorating montage and they put that tree in the middle of the room, that Christmas tree is tragic. My husband goes, that looks like something you would get at Pick and Save back when that existed.
Pick and Save.
It has like this tiny little tree skirt. It's plastic fake tree. First of all, you're in the, like you're out in the country, cut down a tree. I know they're not going to, but get a better fake tree. The rest of the decorations were so tragic and cheap in there.
Those big cardboard bows on the fireplace.
Like giving Hobby Lobby in the worst way.
Yeah.
The cabin it's very classically beautiful. It should be decorated with like nice, beautiful garland and not these cheap decorations. I know the budget was low, but I did not enjoy it.
Real low.
Evidently. I have two little
I
complaints.
wonder if Hulu made their money back on this with Hallmark acquiring it.
God, I hope somebody made some money on this. Her boss comes out. I have two comments about her boss. One, he comes out and he was like, better ratings than anything else. The show aired 20 minutes ago. You don't have ratings numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is he can shoot himself straight into the sun because...
The boss?
Yes. Because he comes out and he's like, it's okay that you said no. Ratings are off the charts. No, bro. You don't get to tell her that it's okay that she said no to Jake's proposal after they had already broken up when Jake's like, just say yes for the show on camera just because the ratings were okay.
Yeah.
Like Jake is a super villain for pulling that move on her.
Totally.
So
I have a question. Didn't it kind of appear the way the directing or the blocking of the scene, you know, I don't know anything about anything in terms of that kind of stuff, but as a viewer at home, it made me feel like they were in front of a live audience
yes.
inside Cooper's home.
Yes. They had set up like chairs. They had brought in folding
How
chairs.
big is this house?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. That should have been the space where they were revealing the renovation.
I know. Dumb.
Well, I'm almost afraid to ask. What'd you rate this movie?
I gave it a whopping 1.5 stars
Oh, I gave it 2.
for Daniel Lissing and Bethany, the character of Bethany.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.